Hello? Hello? That's the mic 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Great admirables. Great admirables. Are you happy this morning? Why now? Today is a special day. You should be happy. You should be thankful to God that officially today you take the oath to be a student of this university. It is a special day for you. Look beautiful this morning. That's a good music. Phone is, our military band, the naval band. They're here to entertain us. The Nigeria Navy military band. And then we have a dance band alongside. So we have two bands here to make this occasion a special one. You know, the school owned by the Nigerian Navy, so everything we do here, we have to put a touch of class when it comes to even with entertainment in the military. So I will be back shortly. Hopefully by 11:10, we start this program with the Vice Chancellor's procession. So I welcome you all to Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you so very much. So let's just be entertained with mild music by from the band or from the sound here while we wait for the procession. Thank you so very much. Let me appreciate Master Warrant Officer Olani J, who's leading the team, and Basi Edet. You're all welcome, Nigerian Navy Military Band. Thank you very much. I'll be back shortly. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic sounds nice. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing the mic. 1, 2. Thank you. All right. Good night. edge technology. Now, I have the sign that may we all rise for the procession, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. May we all rise. Today is a special day. And leading the Vice Chancellor's procession, we have the mace bearer, who is the Chief Security Officer of the university, and the Principal Assistant Registrar Academic. We have him leading the congregation and senate. And we have members of the university senate. We have heads of departments who will all walk majestically up with the directors. We have the deans of the faculty. We have the university bossa. Please, all heads of departments are going up. Heads of departments, you have a seat upstairs. Our directors, all directors, you have seats upstairs. All the deans. Thank you. This is the fourth matriculation ceremony. And we have, in the Vice Chancellor's procession, a special guest of honor, Rear Admiral S.S. Lassa, in company of other top naval officers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Admiralty University. See the deans of the faculties coming in, man of the honors committee. I can see the university librarian, the bossa in the procession, and I can see our special guest lecturer, yes, and the Rear Admiral S.S. Lassa is here, the GMD CEO Navy Holdings. Thank you very much, the Nigerian Navy Band. Now, to start this matriculation officially, I'd like to invite the Nigerian Navy Band to lead us with the national anthem, and afterwards we'll take the university anthem. Thank you very much. The university anthem.
Unknown concepts and vision we stand. On you are our safety shore, our hope's aspiration, all secure, the ambience all
standing, let's take the opening prayer, which is the second stanza of the national anthem. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow. And living just and true, great lofty heights attain. To build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen. Can we kindly take our seats? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Admiralty University of Nigeria 4th Matriculation Ceremony. As a way of opening up, please, I'd like you to look at your neighbor and say, welcome to Admiralty, with a handshake, with a smile. Welcome to Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you. This is where we believe in educating luminary leaders. And today, right in front of us, is a historic day, historic occasion for the life of the matriculants. From today, they will become world leaders in the next 4 years. Because in the next 4 years, they will leave the shores of this institution better than they came. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Delta State, the proprietor of the university, that's the Nigerian Navy, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, ably represented by the GMD CEO, Nigerian Navy Holdings, Rear Admiral S.S. Lassa. Welcome, sir. You're highly welcome. And we have the CEO, Registrar, Joint Admissions Matriculation Board, JAM. And I understand we have Captain O.A. Oyetoyan is representing Commodore Aminu Abdullahi, the Commandant, Naval Engineering College, Sapele. Please put your hands together. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. We have the Honorable Commissioner for Higher Education, Asaba Delta State. The Vice Chancellors of the sister universities here present. We welcome you all. The Registrar Provost of other sister institutions. We welcome you here all. We have His Royal Majesty the Aksaba of Asaba. You're welcome. I understand we have His Royal Majesty Obi Ifechude Okonjo II, Obi of Ugwashuku Kingdom. He's represented here too. Please put your hands together for them. And His Royal Highness Professor Chilenu Luis Obushi Obuzo of Ibuza Kingdom is represented by Chief Onowo Sita Onwade. Please put your hands together for him as they kindly take their seats. And all royal fathers here present, we welcome you. All clergies present here, we welcome you. Our beloved staff and students here present. Great admiralties, great admirables. Thank you, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Onward together, onward to greatness. Let me invite the registrar, and I understand that someone that has played a key role for this university amongst us. Admiral, Vice Admiral DJ Ezioba is here with us. Please can we welcome him and put your hands together. We have his representative here amongst our midst. Thank you very much. I'd like to take the back seat and invite the registrar of the institution, Commodore Isaac Monclick, retired, to take over the proceedings. Thank you very much. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
May I call upon the Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Omojo Aje, to declare the 4th matriculation ceremony open.
By the powers conferred on me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I declare the 4th matriculation of Admiralty University of Nigeria open.
Thank you, sir. May I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Management and Social Sciences, Professor Chima Kore, to present to the Vice Chancellor his matriculating students. Dean of Arms.
Will the matriculating students of the Faculty of Arts, Management, and Social Sciences please stand and remain standing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you the matriculating students of the Faculty of Arts, Management, and Social Sciences.
May I call upon the Dean of Faculty of Science, Professor Chinwe Isitua, to present to the Vice Chancellor her matriculating students. Dean of Science.
Will the matriculating students, the Faculty of Science, please stand and remain standing? Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you the matriculating students of the Faculty of Science. Thank you.
May I now call upon all of you, the matriculating students, take the matriculation off. Please repeat after me. On admission to membership of Admiralty University of Nigeria, I, a student of the Department of, in the Faculty of, I pledge my loyalty to the university. I solemnly declare and promise to be diligent in the pursuit of my learning and to uphold the lofty ideals of the university. I declare and promise that I will respect and obey the Vice Chancellor and other officers of the university. I will faithfully observe all rules and regulations met or to be met for the good order and governance of the university. I also undertake to refrain from any unbecoming behavior, covert or overt, violent or otherwise, such as membership of any called group or any other unregistered organization, within and outside the university, the activities of which may disrupt the functioning of the university, harass her members thereto, or bring the name of the university into disrepute, I faithfully covenant that in the event of any unruly behavior, either solely or in conjunction with other students or persons causing damage to the university property or properties of the university, I shall make restitution thereto, jointly or severally. So help me God. May I call upon the Vice Chancellor to formally admit the students into the university.
I now formally admit all of you, membership of the Admiralty University of Nigeria, and enjoin all of you to maintain and keep to the excellent standard expected of you. Congratulations to all.
Matriculants, may I call on all of you to now sign the matriculation oath. Sit down and sign the matriculation oath. As they sign, faculty officers, you collect the copies of the signed document.
Thank you, the registrar. I understand we have the representative of the Asagba of Asaba, his engineer Chukura, staff Christopher. Please put your hands together. He's the Owele of Asaba. He's here to represent the Asagba of Asaba. Thank you very much. And we have to represent the Commander Ogachuku Command of the Nigerian Police. We have CSP Ikeme. Please put your hands together for him, representing the police force. Thank you. And I understand we have the press people are here, led by their chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Delta State Chapter, Mr. Kyogu. Where are you? Please put your hands together for him. You're welcome. And I understand the chairman, Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, is here too. Representative, please put your hands together for him. Yes. And then from all the way from Bridge Radio Asaba, these are people that we partner with. We have Aduna in Focus, a radio program going on radio. We have to represent the CEO, Mr. Benji Benite from Asaba. Thank you very much from Bridge Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Delta State, not only Delta State, the Niger Delta, not only Niger Delta, Ibuzo and Ogwashuku, and to treat you to what we have as a way of entertainment. We have a cultural group school, and they are going to treat us to a wonderful session of the Ijaw cultural dance. Please, let's put your hands together for the cultural troupe as they come in to entertain us. Thank you very much. As they make their way in, I'm sure it is important that we know the essence of why we're here today. Today marks a significant day in the lives of the matriculants. We call them admirables. These are people that we believe in the next 4 or 5 years they will impact their world because they will be treated to what we call the mantra of leadership in Adun, which is we believe that for you to be a leader, you have to know how to do the right thing in the right way, at the right time, and for the right reasons. And with that, we build up a system where our motto is excellence in education. Now, if you're able to put on this mantra of leadership, definitely you excel in your academics. So as you take the oath today, it is important to put it at the back of your mind that you will graduate better than you came here. If at the end, you don't put those keywords in your heart, adding our anchor and assets, then our aim will be defeated. But we believe that at the end, we will fly onward together and onward to greatness. If the band is ready, please can you treat us to the good entertainment? Thank you very much.
Anjo. Anjo. Area miamene. Area miamene. Te bayao. Atuma se awo mabote. Tia Timoteo. Awo mabote. Tia Timoteo. Atuma se awo mabote. Tia Timoteo. Say awo mabote. Tia Timothy, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Tia Timo, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote, Tia Timothy, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote, Tia Timothy, Aduna say a woman bote. Tia Timothy, say a woman bote. Tia Timothy, Aduna say a woman bote. Tia Timothy, say a woman bote. Tia Timothy, Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Yeah, say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. Say a woman bote. Aduna say a woman bote. say oh my bote. Pepe, pe, pe, pe. Agidi koya, oya, oya, agidi koya. 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 Aduna say boy me agidi koya. Aduna say boy me agidi koya. Abo, kajikolele, 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 ka 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 ka. Kajikolele, kajikolele, kajikolele. Ka 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 ka. Agidi koya, oya, oya, agidi koya. 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 Aduna say aboy mi o agidi koya. Aduna say aboy mi o agidi koya. Abo, kajikolele, kajikolele, kajikolele. Ka 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 ka. Kajikolele, kajikolele, kajikolele. Ka 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 ka. Agidi koya, oya, oya, agidi koya. 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 Aduma say boy me agidi koya. Aduna say boy me agidi koya. Abo, kajikolele, kajikolele, kajikolele. Ka 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 ka. Kajikolele, kajikolele, kajikolele. Ka 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 ka. Agidikoya, oyama, agidikoya, oyam, agidikoya, 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 agidikoya. Agrikoya, 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 pe, pe, pe. Obeyayo, 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 obeyayo. Obeyayo, obeyayo. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. O ba seka se, o ba darka dare. Oyawe, oyawe, yawe ko da boda oyawe. Ah, obeyayo. Agriye. Obeyayo. Obeyayo. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. O ba darka dare. O ba seka se. Oyawe, oyawe, yawe ko da boda oyawe. Ah, obeyayo. Obeyayo, obeyayo. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. Talk about way mana wara tin ba ko dai. O ba seka se. O ba darka dare. Oyawe, oyawe, yawe ko da boda oyawe. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ah, obeyayo. Ugogo, ugogo. Ugogo, ugogo, crabo, 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 ugogo, ugogo. Oh, babo, babo, crabo, babo. Ada oya e. Pabo e. Pabo klowe pabo. Ada oya e. Klowe banana we. Klowe banana we suwe nakema bokaluda. Uge, 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 balada yo.
Right? Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. Thank you. This is the beauty of the Ijaw cultural dance of the Niger Delta. They are admirables. They are all students of Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you. We love the energy. We love the performance. It was a wonderful one. Thank you.
Thank you. May I call upon the Vice Chancellor to deliver his matriculation address? Vice Chancellor.
I want to stand on the protocols established at the beginning of this program. It's our mission at the university that we do not spend so much time going over names upon names and recognizing dignitaries. Please take it from us that you are very much recognized. You are very much appreciated for being here. But you must permit me to at least specially welcome the Chief of the Naval Staff. The Navy is the owner of the university. The Chief of the Naval Staff is the Chancellor of the university. And today is very ably represented by our own GMD, CEO of the Navy Holdings Limited, and is our direct supervisor, if you like, or overseer, by the person's name being Rear Admiral SS Lasta. Please join me and just celebrate him one more time. We did that before. There is one other person we must not overlook to give a special recognition. And that is the Vice Admiral, Dele Ezioba. Sir, you just sneaked in this morning. You didn't come to my office. Thank you for the surprise. Please join me as we celebrate this man. When this university was being contemplated, he had already had a design for a model secondary school And these building structures you are seeing all over the campus now were put together then. Those that came here looked at it and said, no, this is more than secondary school. It must be upgraded to the university. The Navy that came after him, I'm talking of the CNS that came after him, decided to follow through on that vision of turning this place into a model university, not a model secondary school anymore. So I think we should one more time celebrate this man, Vice Admiral Dele Ezoba. And I tell you, he has been solidly behind the university. Sir, we celebrate you. Thank you for coming. Well, look, today is very special for us. And I would like to say that everyone, whether on the stage here or in the audience, is very welcome to Admiralty University of Nigeria. Going by the vision articulated by the proprietors for this university, we see a university that is going to be a global university, educating luminary leaders. The Navy had this foresight of establishing a university, even though originally conceived as a conventional university, but the underlying philosophy was that it must be unique. It must present something different from what other universities have been offering. And since then, the university has become an anchor to many destinies. We have over 500 students now. We have over 200 staff in the university. We have been patronizing so many businesses in and around the university. Our understanding is this university is to serve humanity. So the people that we produce from here must, of necessity, serve the human kind. We believe that being a university is a legacy project. It's not a project that comes today and in 10 years' time it disappears. A few years ago, about 2-3 years ago, I went to Cairo and I attended a program run at Al-Azhar University. That university was built in 987 AD and is still standing there. So we just want to set the minds of everyone who is connected with this university to the fact that this university is a legacy project and is going to go on for as long as God tarries. If you believe that, celebrate it. On behalf of the university management, starting from the governing council, want to declare to us that Adun is destined for greatness. This is not Paul Omaji saying this. The federal government of Nigeria has affirmed the position I've just stated. A little bit in the memory lane. 2015, the preparations began. By 2017, the federal government gave this university a temporary license to operate. 2019, academic activities began. And then in 2020, the National Universities Commission sent an assessment team to come and see whether the university was worthy to retain their license or to get it withdrawn. That team visited us in November 2020, did their assessment on their way out. They gave us what they observed and what they saw the university to be, come. That is the statement that came from them. We can see greatness. Keep up your good work. So clearly, Adun is destined for greatness. In 2021, we were granted full operational license. no longer temporary. I'm sure they saw something that even those of us who are too close to it are not able to see. That it's all, kudos to the visionaries, great university. I'd like to unveil some symbols of this greatness we are talking about. I call them the trophies of our travail. The travail of people like Vice Admiral Izoba, the travail of people like Vice Admiral Jibrin, the travails of other chief of the naval staff that have come and gone, the travails of those, the chief of the naval staff that is there now, and the travails of those who have worked tirelessly in the background. I do remember that in 2019, when we were commissioning, when the university was being commissioned and we were organizing the maiden matriculation, people like Rear Admiral Lassa was on ground. In fact, from the stories I heard, he had been here for almost 4 days. They haven't sleepless nights, working round the clock to make sure that the university took off effectively. What we are going to demonstrate to you today, just a little bit of what has been happening in the university, I consider them to be trophies of your travails. The first one, the university participated in the National Science, Technology and Innovation Expo that held in Abuja earlier this year. Many people were surprised. Adun, you are not even up to 3 full years, and you are participating in an STI Expo that was for established agencies, established universities. And a lot of people were surprised that we were able to do that. But it took the determination of the people in the university. No matter how small we were prepared to show the world that something great is in the offing. I'd like to especially thank the Dean of Science, Faculty of Science, Professor Isitwa. That's her over there. She led our people to put together that innovation exposure for the university. You can see there on the screen that the chairman of the governing council, Professor Salisu Mustafa, visited the stand. He was indeed overwhelmed by what he saw. You were there, the dean, with, is it Akoto? What's the staff, the supporting staff? Valentine Okoko. Is he in the audience here? Valentine is not here. But we celebrate you for flying the flag of the university. You can see there a little bit far from you, but that is Rear Admiral S.S. Garuba, the current chief of policy and plans at the Navy headquarters. He visited the stand and he sent me this message. I was pleasantly surprised learning that Adun was at the exhibition. It was a proud moment for us when we visited the stand. I believe it is the beginning of even greater things ahead. Congratulations. I'm showing you just some snippets of the emerging greatness for the university. And we again thank the Rear Admiral Garba for taking time out to go and identify with the Navy's university. The second thing I want to illustrate for you in terms of the emerging greatness of the university is that we participated in the Royal African Young Leadership Forum Award. This award was put together by His Royal Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, Ojaja II. Now, we got the information that they were inviting all universities in Nigeria to submit their candidate students especially those that were in the 400 level. And they asked us to produce our best for them, too. And we asked them, what is this honor about? This particular award. They say to honor the sterling and finest endeavors of selected 100 young Nigerians. The award is to show the heartfelt gratitude to impeccable commitment and dedication, and the remarkable dedication to academic excellence. So when we were requested earlier this month, we presented two of our greatest and finest students. I'm going to call them out to come here and join me as I do the rest of the presentation. Let me call on Mr. Moses Ape and the one we call Duma. Please, both of you come and join me. These are students that have maintained the cumulative grade point average in the first class category. The two of them, please. Come on. We presented them. And the university, this is University of Ibadan, was given the privilege of helping the ONI to organize the nationwide examination. These two finest of our admirables participated. I want to let you know that in the course of their participation, we had a lot of challenges with Wi-Fi. The internet connectivity failed us. Particularly Duma, standing here. She couldn't log in. And they were telling her from the other end, stop and start, stop and start, and she continued. I'm emphasizing this point so that you know one of the challenges we face and one of the sore points for us. As a university, we are still struggling to establish Wi-Fi. That very challenge denied Duma from participating fully in the examinations. Thankfully, Moses was able to use other devices and he got through and he did the exam. The result was released this week. I want you to see what happened. Adun came first. Throughout the nation, Moses scored the highest mark in the examination. I decided to bring them up here so that the matriculating students can get some inspiration. And I'm going to give them 2 minutes to address you this morning. I'm going to yield my microphone to this wonderful admirable. Shall we start with Doma?
I want to appreciate God for His privilege. I'm so honored. I also want to thank our Vice Chancellor for the opportunity to stand here to say one or two things to our matriculants. Very, very honored. I'm so happy. I just want to quickly say 3 things that actually concerned me. I must confess that my 100 level was a challenge. It was really, really challenging. Why? When we started lectures, when our lecturers handed over the course outlines to us, I felt I was really lacking behind and I needed to buckle up. I've been hearing before I started school here that the 100 level is a foundation. And if the foundation is messed up, it will take such a student an extra effort to meet up. So I didn't want anything to jeopardize with my foundation. So what I did was to delve into a thorough, extensive discipline studying by making the library my friend, despite the fact that the library wasn't as equipped as it is right now. Thank God for the available materials. Thank God for online sources and also for my lecturers who gave themselves out to us. I remember they kept on telling us, we are here for you anytime you have challenge in your academics. Our offices are open for you. If you see us on campus, on the road, you can stop us and ask us questions. Of course, I took hold of that opportunity. And I want to thank God that my foundation was really, really solid. And the second thing I want to emphasize on is priority. I recognize that my stay here is not permanent. It's just temporary, a period of 4 years. So among other things, my priority is to study because I wouldn't want anything to extend my stay here. After the 4 years, I had to graduate and leave. I don't want to spend an extra semester or extra year. So I phrased that's my number one priority among others. And it really helped me. Finally, because of time, there is one thing that I always say to myself that has been my inspiration, my motivation, that always refreshes me whenever I'm stressed out, whenever I feel discouraged, or as a result of academic stuff, term paper, text, pressures. I always say to myself, Doma, you can do it. And strangely, you might see it as a strange thing, but once I say that to myself, I'll feel refreshed, I'll feel motivated, and it has been helping me, and I know it will continue to help me even in the future. So I want to encourage our matriculants with this opportunity given to me. I advise you to please take your studies very, very serious because you have a limited time to spend here. Focus on your education so that after your years, you leave and graduate. Thank you very much.
Standing on the existing protocol, I want to greet the distinguished ladies and gentlemen here, and everybody. Sit down a man, diligent in his work, shall stand before kings and not mean men. 4 years ago, I made a decision to stand before kings and not mean men. This decision has shaped my life and also influenced my decision of the university. I chose the Admiralty to University of Nigeria on September 2018, and I've never gone back on that decision. The king, to stand in front of a king, you have to be the best. And I always ask myself, what does it take to be the best? What should the best do now? What would Daniel, who was filled with excellence, do? This has been my guiding principle. Now, throughout the stretch of my 4 years, I faced a lot of decisions. And like the 100 level student now will tell you, one of them was mathematics. Yeah, I thought I was good in mathematics, but it hit me. It hit you too. I wasn't good with English too, and then art courses. But then I said to myself, if I'm at the end of the day, I'm to influence my generation, stand in front of kings and whisper into their ears, I must go through these things and do them well. And this has been my driving point. Now, as you go through the years, you make decisions to stand in front of kings, and then you find out that it's very, very challenging. So you need good influence. You need friends that will remind you when the tough gets, when the going gets tough, that it is worth going. So find friends, comrades that will help you throughout this journey. To cap it all, number one, don't wait for motivation. Go with discipline. Be determined to do your work, and then God will help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, they have delivered the essence of my address this morning to our matriculating students. They are going to have lunch with me after this program. Just to confirm the point he made. Do you see people that can stand before kings? They are those that are diligent in their ways. So congratulations. I'll see you later. Thank you very much. So you can see that somehow greatness is beginning to emerge in your university. The third one I'm going to use as an example is the National Universities Commission Accreditation Assessment. In December last year, the NUC sent to us 12 panels, each consisting of 4 highly regarded professors across the country, from first generation universities to the second and third generation universities. 48 of them converged on this campus, going through all our claims, all our materials, to determine whether any of our programs can stand the test of scrutiny. We presented 12 programs. Those were the programs that were on offer as at 2021. The result is out. We got the result the day before yesterday. And it is my greatest privilege and thanks to Almighty God that before you, on behalf of the University Governing Council, staff, management, students of this university, to declare to us that the result that came out is this: 100% accreditation. I thought you would just rise and just celebrate the Almighty God with us. Come on, rise to your feet and let's celebrate God. We don't hide it here. God is at the center of what we do. The Navy poured in money here. It was major commitment by the Navy. And management took it upon itself to make sure that the Navy was never disappointed. And today we can proudly say, God helped us to deliver on our promise. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Why do I choose this occasion to reveal some of these symbols of greatness? Because we are addressing this morning another set of great leaders in the making. And we want you to know that you have indeed come to a university that is committed to your greatness. When we're preparing, we gave ourselves, if you like, a goal that we must achieve 12, 12, 21. In other words, all our 12 programs must be accredited by the National Universities Commission. And as God will have it, we were able to achieve it. How were we able to achieve it? Because we were diligent. Matriculating students were diligent. And without diligence, you cannot dream of greatness. The MC gave us before what we regard as our winning leadership doctrine. Do the right thing in the right way, at the right time, for the right reason, and greatness will follow you. There will be another opportunity where I'll specifically appreciate the staff who would labor tirelessly, night and day, to bring us to where we are in relation to accreditation today. Let me focus more on the matriculated students. You have matriculated into greatness. Take note of that. This being your first major rite of passage, you have now, by the oath of commitment that we have taken today, been inducted into the university. You are bona fide members of the university community now. And this membership entitles you to some things that I've listed there: privileges, rights, and responsibilities. Now you note that as you move from privileges towards responsibilities, the arrow expands. Why? Because at this stage in your life, we are still expecting you to begin to cultivate what it takes to be a leader. And for leaders, your responsibilities are huge. Your rights are very, very few. In fact, in leadership training, we say that leadership, when it comes to rights and responsibilities, those two are in the inverted pyramid. The rights at the bottom, very few. And then at the top there, you have a very huge sense of responsibility. And that's what we want to cultivate in you from the word go. Everything we do with you, to you, for you, it's all boiled down to making sure that you become a great leader that will understand the power of responsibility. This is our charge. Be diligent if you want to be great. If you forget any other thing that I've said here and what your seniors have said here, please remember this. You have to be diligent to be great. Was that not the passage that Moses was putting to us? I've just put it in my own few words there. Do you see persons who are diligent in their ways or businesses? Where do they stand? Before kings and queens, and not before mere men. Diligence. You will never crawl. You will never lie down on the ground for anybody to run over you. Why? Because you are diligent. Our matriculated students, you will never need to bribe a lecturer to pass. You will never succumb to sex for marks. You will never be forced or compelled to buy recharge cards to lecturers just because you want to get marks, if you are diligent. And we have people to testify to that. We have two of your own seniors that came here this morning to show you that it is possible. You're coming to Adun. We encourage you to see far into the greatness that the future holds for you. Why do we call you admirables? It's a label that we have placed on you that will begin to manifest in your behavior as you go along. We expect you to live a life that is what? Magnificent, adorable. Follow me. Next. Yeah. Life-giving. Your living must inspire others to live right. Keep your eyes on your purpose for being here. If you forget, go and look at Adun Anthem again. You will be reminded powerfully of the reason for your being in this university. Make the student handbook your companion. I say this every year in the last 3 years that we've matriculated. After your Bible or your Holy Quran, the next in this university is the handbook. You may say, BC, what about our textbooks for our various programs? Well, you have to be here before the textbooks can be useful to you. And the handbook will help you to know how to conduct yourself and remain in this university. We encourage you to honor the sacrifices that are being made for your future. Are there parents here this morning? Can you wave? Let's see your hands. There they are. Look at parents. Look at parents all over the place. Congratulations. You have been making lots and lots of sacrifices on behalf of these ones that are matriculating today. And we pray that your sacrifices will never go in vain. When you do all these things, they will humble you, they will refocus you, and you will fix what the motto of the university is, which is what? Excellence in education. This is our tripartite goal. Adun, parents and students working together to produce that very middle box. What is that? Luminary leader. That is what we are believing for you. To do this, Adun will fan flame of excellence in your education and luminary leadership. That is our commitment to you. You can hold us responsible for this commitment. Whether we are lecturers or admin staff, from the Vice Chancellor's office all the way to the gardeners, hold us accountable to help you fan the flame of excellence in your education and in your leadership that we expect to be luminary. We are focused on this strategic goal. By 2025, November, we shall release you from here as luminary leaders. We promise the first set of our students that by November 2022, God helping us, we will graduate them. They will not spend one day beyond those 4 years. All of a sudden, COVID-19 hit us. The universities were shut down. Everybody sent home. And we could see the promise sliding away from us. And we felt, no way. A leader can never be stopped unless you choose to be stopped. What did we do? Buckled up, got ourselves prepared, capacity built, went online, delivered lectures, delivered assessments, conducted matriculation like this online, and we held final examination for that semester. By the time the semester was ended, we completed everything we needed to do for that year. Other universities lost 1 year. Adun refused to lose. Why? Because we are focused on our strategic goal to make sure that we deliver on the promise. Our parents that are here, our sponsors, we have to observe. Please, pay your fee. But for the Navy, the way that some of our parents and sponsors started at the beginning, this university would have closed. The university would have folded up because they were owing and owing. We tried to get them to pay. Perhaps they had this notion that, well, it is owned by the Navy anyway. So it's a public institution. As at now, this university is not a public university. The Navy is running it as a private institution with all the disciplines that must come with that. So please pay your fees promptly. I'm sure some parents became angry with us because we decided to enforce the payment of the fees so that the university will survive. Provide essential needs for your wards, especially feeding. We've had some occasions where some students were collapsing on campus. And when we asked, they had not eaten for days. Parents, sponsors, please help us. In our tripartite commitment, you, the university, and the students, help us to ensure that your wards get sufficient feeding, sufficient nutrition, so that they can face their studies very effectively. The last one I indicated there is that you should partner with management for discipline and good order. And notice we have set up a platform for parents, and some of them needed to hear is, oh, there is no water on campus for 1 hour. And they are now bombarding the management. Allow your wards to grow. Some of us went to universities where there was no water for 1 year. And we had to go to streams far away to fetch water. Did we die? No. Made us better, stronger, fit. Help us to maintain discipline and good order. Because without those, you cannot be a good leader. You cannot be a luminary leader. Our students, of course, you already know our expectations of you. We want you to understand this, that you need to live rightly. You must dress very well to project yourself as a leader. You must indeed also work very hard and smart. The university philosophy is integrity and respect for hard work. We don't play with those elements of this philosophy. And we pursue this in the tradition of the Navy. Some may find it, I can tell you now that some students ran away from here, went to other universities because they felt this place was too tough for them. The discipline was too strong. The good order, no. They preferred, the yo-yo life. It was not long before some of them wanted to come back, but it was too late. The door had been closed. Please, commit yourself to hard work. Commit yourself to discipline. Obama had this to say, you have everything you need to succeed. You just have to do what? Work hard. In other words, drive or push yourself. Next, believe in and then after that, what? Paint the picture for yourself. Matriculated students, I hope you are taking note of all this. Doma told us here, she had a picture of herself, and she knew she must build a foundation that will sustain that picture. Those of you who say, well, you don't know my background because my background is terrible. Success is not about the background you come from. It is about what? Let's say it together. The confidence and the effort you are willing to what? To invest. Oh, I came from a very poor family background. If I tell you my own background now, you will weep. But here am I today. But your background cannot keep your back on the ground. It ought not to. And in this university, we will not allow your background to keep your back on the ground. We will not. Most of all, when you have become successful, what do? Reach out to others. Get them there as well. It's about the sense of humanity, about committing yourself to being an agent of positive change in the lives of many people. At this university, as I conclude, we can see your greatness. We pray you can see too. We pray you make every effort to see the greatness that we are seeing in you. And it's about all of us together, university, parents, sponsors, yourself, working together to produce you the kind of person that we want you to see. What do we say in the tradition of the Navy? Onward together. Onward to great. All the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Vice Chancellor deserves another round of applause for that matriculation talk. As the Vice Chancellor was making his remark, we had some special guests that walked in. Let's just recognize them before we carry on the proceedings. Permit me to welcome all the way from the University of Delta Agbo. The Vice Chancellor is here. Professor Mrs. Stella Chiemeke, put your hands together for her. Our sister universities from Agbo. You know, we need to thank the university librarian for ensuring that she is here. Thank you very much, ma. And we have Mrs. Genevieve Isioma Obadan from Dennis Osadebe University, Asaba, representing the Vice Chancellor. Put your hands together for her. Thank you very much, ma. And we have His Royal Majesty Obi Kikachuku of Ubulu Uno. Welcome, sir. Your Royal Majesty will welcome you. And we have, you know, University of Benin is like our parent university. We are like their children. We have representing the Vice Chancellor, we have the Deputy Vice Chancellor, AK1 Campus, Professor B.A. Aide, all the way from University of Benin. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. And we believe in security. This is where when you study, you are secured. And we even have our sister security organizations. We have the DSP Jerry Isene representing the DPO Ibuzo Police Station and SP Chidi Obioma. Welcome, sir. We appreciate your presence. And we have the last but not the least from the Delta State government. She's the Director of Higher Education, Ministry of Higher Education, and a representative of Delta State in Adunin Council, Mrs. Bridget Odobo. Please put your hands together for her. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At this juncture, let me invite the registrar to carry on with the proceedings. Thank you very much.
The Dean of Student Affairs, it is my privilege to invite you to introduce to this assembly the matriculation guest lecturer by reading a brief citation.
May I respectfully invite our matriculation lecturer to please stand. Vice Chancellor, sir, our special guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, the citation of our lecturer, Professor Oyeduni Shola Arulogun, is a foremost health promotion and education specialist with over 20 years of experience at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, the leading Nigerian university and academic institution where she teaches students from various social and cultural backgrounds. She has a broad background in speech pathology, audiology, and health promotion and education, with specific training and expertise in speech rehabilitation after stroke, delayed speech development in children, qualitative studies and community engagement activities, capacity building, and mentoring. She has carried out research using the mixed method. As a trailblazer that she is the first female professor of health promotion and education, University of Ibadan. She is also the first female to become the Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, University of Ibadan. In addition to her area of specialization, she has received training in addition from the Margaret Sanger Institute of South Africa, the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, the Galilee International Management Institute, Israel, and the Harvard Tropical Medicine, the Harvard Chan School of Public Health, Boston, the United States of America. Her research interests include reproductive health and adolescents with bias for the disabled, gender stroke studies, child survival strategies, tropical diseases, health promotion through health system approach, all of which embrace community-based intervention to influence behavior change. Professor Arologun belongs to many professional bodies, such as Speech Pathology and Audiology Association of Nigeria, the International Union for the Scientific Study of Population, the International Union for Health Promotion and Education, among others. She is a licentiate of the Nigerian Medical Rehabilitation Therapists Board. Professor Oyeduni is a fellow of the Royal Society of Public the United Kingdom. She is also a fellow of the African Institute of Public Health, as well as a fellow of the Institute of Classical Entrepreneurship, Nigeria. Prof is an avid researcher of international repute. She has served as a principal investigator, co-principal investigator on several international and externally funded projects and grants, including the MacArthur Foundation, the World Health Organization, Unilever, the National Institute of Health, the National Agency for Control of AIDS, the World Bank, the University of Ibadan Senate Research Grant, and the Bill and Melinda Gates supported University of Ibadan Center for Reproductive Health. She possesses excellent administrative, verbal communication and writing skills, along with constructive and effective teaching methods that promote a stimulating learning environment. Professor Oyeduni is the current chairperson of the Oyo State Advisory Committee on Neglected Tropical Diseases, as well as the current director of the University of Ibadan Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Will we please put our hands together for Prof as she takes her stand.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to extend the courtesies that have been presented here this morning. My most sincere, profound gratitude goes to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Omaji, and the entire management of Admiralty University for granting me the privilege to deliver the fourth matriculation lecture of this great university. Let me digress a little bit. As a child, I had an uncle in the Nigerian army, and he asked me which of the armed forces I love to belong to. So I told him the Navy. Not because I knew anything about the Navy, but I loved its uniform. So I want to thank Admiralty University for fulfilling that dream, because this is the nearest I've ever been to the naval base. Thank you very much, sir. The acronym for Admiral University is ADU. And in Yoruba land, ADU means flavor. It means sweetness. So I went online because I've never heard of Admiralty University before. So I went online to see whether it existed. And what I found a beautiful campus, green, blue, and I said, no wonder Adu is the name, because I found an atmosphere of flavor and sweetness. When I received the call to deliver this lecture, I asked myself, what manner of title is this? The invading force of science and technology and the complementary role of entrepreneurial education in the new world. I asked myself, what must have informed this title? I went to search for the vision and mission statement of the university, and I found the objectives of the university as well. The objective is to expand the frontiers of knowledge in academic disciplines in Nigeria, to use university education as a tool towards development and the enhancement of human welfare, to meet the challenges of nation building in Nigeria, and to address the acute shortage of personnel in various sectors in the economy. These objectives, as I realized, dovetailed into the mission statement of the university. Statement is to advance the frontiers of human knowledge by providing leadership in teaching and learning, research and service using cutting-edge technology to meet the current educational demands in order to surmount the myriads of challenges facing humanity. For the mission to be accomplished, therefore, science and technology are the machinery, while entrepreneurial education is the oil that will grease that machinery. The machinery of science and technology is spread among the 12 programs run by the university as projected above. These were summed up in the words of the Vice Chancellor to the NUC accreditation team during the accreditation exercise that he just shared with us, Division 12-12-21. He said, "Ado yearns to be extraordinary and to surpass the ordinary standards of a conventional university among cutting-edge technologies to impart on leaders who are dedicated to service in the tradition of the Nigerian Navy. I'm therefore delighted to have an opportunity to contribute my own thoughts to this greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, matriculation is the formal process of entering the university. The matriculants have taken their oaths today. I therefore congratulate all of you and their parents who are here seated. In doing justice to this lecture, there is a need for us to understand the concepts in that title. So what is science? What is technology? And what is entrepreneurial education? Science is an acronym. The S stands for systematic, the C for comprehensive, the I for investigation, the E for exploration, the N for natural, the C for cause, and the E for effect. So what are we saying? In science, everything is systematic. You don't, like people in in the humanities that will describe and describe, but in science, there is specificity. It's comprehensive. You want to find out why did something happen. You want to find out in detail. You want to explore. And if we remember our physics, when we explore, then we say QED, that is, we have found the cause. There has to be a reason why something has happened. If I hit my foot on the stone, why did I hit my foot? Was it because I was not watching my steps? Or is it because my glasses deceived me? So science will find out the cause and the effect of that fall. In other words, science is the pursuit an application of knowledge and understanding of the natural and social world following a systematic methodology based on evidence. Technology, on the other hand, is the application of scientific knowledge to the practical aims of life. It is the use of scientific knowledge to create, monitor, and design tools and pieces of equipment which are in turn used to make life easy for people. Technology has often the more direct effect on society as it solves some of our problems. And we can see this in the technologies we use at home, our pounding machines, our phones, our remote control, or even the solar energy that we all depend on. The event of the past 2 years has proven to us that we need technology now more than ever. The Vice Chancellor shared with us how they were able to overcome the challenge during the universal lockdown. Imagine if there was no science of Zoom or Google Meet, what would have happened? Therefore, in concluding the clarification of the concepts, there is an emerging form of technology that we need to be aware of, and this is disruptive technology. You would ask me, what is disruptive technology? Disruptive technology is an innovation that significantly alters the way that consumers, industries, or businesses operate. A disruptive technology sweeps away the systems or habits it replaces because it has attributes that are recognizably superior and are often underestimated because the technology itself is often misunderstood. Disruptive technology is not necessarily new or groundbreaking. Rather, it is technology that has the potential to disrupt an existing market or industry. This type of technology can be found in a number of industries, from transportation to healthcare. In many cases, disruptive technology is not initially adopted by mainstream markets. This is because it is often seen as too risky or unproven. However, over time, as the technology matures, it can gain mainstream adoption. This can lead to a number of benefits, including lower prices, improved quality, and increased competition. Disruptive technology has the potential to revolutionize an industry. It can make products and services better, faster, and more affordable. In some cases, it creates entirely new markets. And we have different examples of disruptive technology, like the 3D, the 5G network, and we were all making noise that we don't want 5G because it's going to kill us, it's going to wipe away, is part of the disruptive technology. And you will agree with me that the Admiralty University of Nigeria, by the list of the programs that they run, is already operating in the realm of disruptive technology. Therefore, the lecture of today will be from the angle of science and disruptive technology and the complementary role of entrepreneurial education. Why should we open a discourse on invading force of science and technology? Let me open our minds to some statistics. As of Tuesday, 19th of April, year 2022, the poverty index of Nigeria shows that over 83 million Nigerians are living in extreme poverty. And that is 39% of the world. 53% of these over 83 million are in rural areas. And there are equal proportion of male and female living in extreme poverty. And economic planning says that we are working towards 0.3 people escaping poverty every minute. But that clock shows us that -3 people are escaping. I don't know how many of us seated in this room belong to that -3 that are escaping the poverty line. By this clock, it shows that poverty is increasing in Nigeria. And the scenario that we find is where there is extreme hunger, limited access to school, lack of money, inadequate shelter, hunger, unclean water, fear of tomorrow. What this portends is that Nigeria in which we live today, we are experiencing what we call the boiling frog syndrome. What does the boiling frog syndrome mean? The pot is on fire, the frog is inside, and the frog is comfortable in that boiling water because that water is warming up gradually. So the frog is adjusting. I can manage. I can manage. That is where Nigeria is. And our attitude to that boiling frog syndrome is also not what we expect. Some of our attitude is that, they are alarmist. All those who say we are in extreme poverty, they are alarmist. Or to say, okay, I'm feeling the heat gradually, but it's okay, I can manage. But the rational thing anybody would do is to jump out of that boiling water. And so the essence of today's lecture is how can we jump out of that boiling water when we still have the strength and the capacity to jump out. And for us to jump out, we need entrepreneurial education. Entrepreneurial education is conceived as an educational system that seeks to foster self-esteem and confidence by drawing on the individual's talent and creativity while building relevant skills and values that will assist students in expanding their perspectives on schooling and opportunities beyond. Methodologies employed are based on the use of personal, behavioral, motivational, attitudinal, and career planning. It equips students and graduates with an enhanced capacity to generate ideas and the skills to make them happen. It equips students with additional knowledge, attributes, and capacities required to apply these abilities in the context of setting up a new venture or business. All of these are prerequisites for entrepreneurial effectiveness, which is the ability to function effectively either as an entrepreneur or an employee. I always say all of us cannot become entrepreneurs. If we leave this place to say all of us become an entrepreneur, it's a lie. But we can all become entrepreneurial wherever we find ourselves. Why do you think every student wants a particular lecturer to supervise them? It's because that lecturer is doing something different. Why is it that we get to some clinics, a particular doctor is sitting there is no patient. There's another doctor, the whole of his clinic is full of patients. Everybody wants to see that patient. Why? It's because that doctor that has a lot of value creates the value that is not there. And the lubrication of this machinery is four-pronged. From the proprietor's point of view, the lecturers, the students, and the parents. For the proprietors, I want to commend the vision that started Admiral, illustrated the importance of science and technology, especially the disruptive technology. The 12 programs are all within the disruptive technology sphere. What we would like to see in the entrepreneurial education of ADUM is not to compartmentalize a particular program and say, we now run a BSc entrepreneurial program. Sir, we don't want to see that. All of those 12 programs should have entrepreneurship embedded in them. If I get a BSc of cyber security, can I think outside the box? Can I do something different? What added value am I going to create? One will want to see a campus with entrepreneurial education of 4 wings, where students are prepared for entrepreneurship and self-employment, if that is the choice. Entrepreneurial competencies are developed, where entrepreneurial attitudes and habits of mind are formed, and where transition from school to work is facilitated. I'm sure our parents here will bear me witness. We have many graduates in Nigeria, but they are not employable. True or false? They are not employable. What we want to see of the graduates of ADUM are students who are employable, who are hot cake. We want to see the skills imparted in them before they leave the university. This does not come on a platter of gold. It demands focus and sacrifice. And from the Vice Chancellor's speech this morning, I have seen that passion to make it happen. For the lecturers, within the invading force of science and technology, machinery, and the entrepreneurial education oiling, the mandate is twofold. One, from the academic perspective and from the human resource development. Under the academic perspective, we need to continually review our curricula. It's not because we adapted it from another university, we should run it like that. Remember, we are in a disruptive technology era. The solution of yesterday is not going to work for today. The mindset that created a particular problem is not the same mindset that will solve that problem. So we need to continually review our curricula. We need to help the students to develop the 21st century skills. And these skills are critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity skills. These are the skills of the new world. These are the skills that employers of labor are looking for. There are no opportunities for the previous mindset anymore. We need to build their capacity for transition from student to an entrepreneur or an employee with added value personality. We need to help our students answer the big question, who are you? Moses and his friend, when they came out this morning, they were able to answer the question, who am I? And when you are answering the question, who are you? We are looking at your character. We need to help them face their fears. There are many uncertainties that lie ahead of these young ones. We need to help them overcome those fears. We need to call their attention to time wasters. The greatest time waster of our time is the mobile phone. It is the greatest time waster. It is a disruptive technology, but we need to learn to use it wisely. We need to determine, when am I going to check my mails? Should I be on some of those social media at all? Because once you start on WhatsApp, you won't finish until you look at all the messages and all the statuses. On Instagram, it's another kettle of fish. And when I look at some young people's Instagram, I say, may God have mercy on us. It's like this. Who are you showing your tongue to? A young lady, she didn't have money and she wanted to celebrate her birthday. And she said she's looking for 20 something thousand naira for makeup or makeover. What do you call it? Makeover. We old school, we say makeup, you say makeover. And then somebody said, I know someone who can do it for you for 2,500 naira. She said, no. She saw that particular one on Instagram. And that is the one she wants to use because she wants to paste it on Instagram. And she didn't have that money. Where do you think she will get the money? She will do anything to get the money so that she can put it on Instagram. So we need to help our young ones to see the time wasters. For parents, there's need for investment and continued investment. I checked on the school fees of Admiralty University, and I told myself, to maintain a child here for 4 years, you are going to be in and out of loan. Parents, true of us, in and out of loan. Because as you are finishing paying one, you have to take another one for the next session. And VC said, give them good food. And good food is very cheap, Abby. So, that they are sitting here today, we had made investment. But we need to make more. Now, the investment is not only in monetary terms. We need to put more emotional investment into them. We need to follow them up. Please don't say they're in the university. We need to pay unscheduled visits. I remember my father would just show up one day in University of Ibadan. Daddy, what are you looking for? I just came to make sure you are attending lectures. My father did that for us. If he hears there is student unrest, you will be the first parent you will find in school. Daddy, what are you looking for? I want to be sure you are not one of them. One day I got home, my mom said, where is your dad? I said, I didn't see him. She said, she has gone to look for you people. I said, So when he came back, I said, Daddy, how did you? And he said he parked this car and jumped the fence. I said, supposing you fell down and broke your leg. I said, please, anytime you hear that student unrest, don't bother to come again. Assured that we will come home. We need to keep on following them. We need to be sure that they are keeping the right group of friends. Our social media is full of many things and we are scared. Please let us know who their friends are. Let us encourage them to bring their friends home. What an adult sees sitting down. If a child climbs Iroko tree, you know, go see him. We also need psychosocial investment for these young ones. We need spiritual investment. They need our prayers. Where we cannot go with them, our prayers can go. A friend of ours, her son was serving in Rivers State. She said, something just said, pray for your son. She didn't know what woke her up, but she started praying. And then she called the boy. You know where the boy was? The boy was serving in Rivers State. A fellow corps member had lured him to Ilorin for rituals. He said, when the mother just called, he asked himself, what is he doing here? How did he get here? And the mother said, where are you? He said, I don't know. And the mother said, is there any signpost anywhere? He said, okay, I think I'm in Ilorin. The mother said, can you get out of that house? It was then he said, okay, when he got that, he was asking him to carry one pot. And said, and he told him, what do you mean? Why should I carry a pot? We need to pray for them so that where we cannot reach, our prayers can reach. We need to support the school authorities to ensure that the purpose for which they have come from every nook and cranny of Nigeria and outside Nigeria is fulfilled. Now to the matriculating students. I need to say a few things to us. As students, we need to ask ourselves, why are we here? We need to face our fears. Your friends, your senior colleagues that came out this morning told you they had to face their fears. One of the fear is fear of mathematics. It's the beginning of wisdom. As a secondary school girl, our maths teacher was Mr. Ekbe from Calabar. And he will write everything on. But I said, sir, we don't understand. He says, go to the tree of knowledge and understanding. You will understand. And as young as we were, we thought there was a tree like that, truly. So we asked him if that tree was in his village and that next time he travels, he should come with fruit from that tree so that we will understand mathematics. And he laughed and he said, the tree of knowledge of understanding is WAEC. So you need to face your fears. You need to set your goals. You need to identify mentors. And mentors are people who will show you which way to go. Before Moses graduates, grab him. If you also want to stand before kings and princes, there are mentors in your lecturers, people that can show you how to go. We need to know that the journey of excellence in the academia starts from day one. A friend told you from day one. If the foundation at 100 level is faulty, it's usually very difficult to correct it. And so this is the time to start. Never mind, you will have some of your friends that will tell you, you are a FICO. She is not more than first class. She not only first class. Now they know they talk to us. You say go party, you know go. Ignore them. Say thank you. You need to have a burning desire to learn. You need to raise your target level. If you come to Admiralty University with the mindset that 2-2 is good for me, who told you you will make 2-2? You will end up with first class, with third class. But if you say, I'm going to come out of this university with a first class, the worst scenario is that you make a 2-1. But if you start with a 2-2, I'm sure you will not get that 2-2. You get a third class. And why would you want a 2-2 when you can have a first class? Those who have first class have the same head, the same brain. They are either male or female like you. Maybe you are even more beautiful or more handsome than them. So why can't you? I'm sure Admiralty University Vice Chancellor will be glad to present 100 first class, or even the entire class having first class. It will be wonderful and excellent. You need to be able to come and understand your own study habits. Many of us, we will wait until it's time for exams. It works for some people, it does not work for some people. Some people will put their legs in cold water so that they don't sleep. You know what I used to use in reading? Bonvita and Milo. I just make a powder of Bonvita and Milo and put it in my mouth. Others will say, they will sleep. I say, that's my own style. But I could do that because I was doing instrumental reading. Instrumental reading means every day I read everything. So at the end of today, I read that course today, what we did yesterday. So by the time exam comes, I'm always running around. They will say, don't follow her. If you follow her, we not go fail. She know they read, na lie. When then they play, me and they read. So I was not under pressure to read when exam comes. So you need to understand your own study bits. I'm not saying you should follow mine. You also need to have faith in yourself that I can do it. Nobody can do that for you except for yourself. Now, let me tell you, there are also challenges. One of the challenges is pride. Pride. Yes, I'm now in Admiralty University. I'm now an undergraduate. It is not over until it is over. Oh, I made the best result in my secondary school. If you go with that pride, you will make the last result in ADU. IK syndrome. I know. To know. Before you are, why not have a listening heart, a listening mind? Listen to other people's point of view. We will be deceiving ourselves if you will not be introduced to drugs. They will lure you to come and join the drugs. Please don't join them. It is the reality of our time. Please, they will entice you with many things, but please don't join them. You are leaving home for the first time, so you are going to be attracted to ladies and men. There used to be October rush, November rush in those days. Abi, mommies and daddies, November rush. The guys will be waiting for the girls, the jambitos. Please be careful. I'm not saying you shouldn't have friends. I have more male friends than female. They can be your support, but please be wise. Don't go into debt because you want to show off. You don't have to join or be like the Joneses. My mother used to say that it is not how expensive the cloth you buy, now how your body carry am, na im matter. I fit buy cloth of 10 naira. By the time I begin waka, the person wey buy 10,000 go dey look me say, hey, yeah, oh, hey, see, na how you carry am, na im go do. No go borrow money, oh. Say you want belong to the happening guys. Why do you want to use iPhone as a student? Why do you want to use iPhone? Mommies and daddies, please don't buy them iPhone. I can see that I have touched some sore spots. I know some of you already use iPhone. I don't know whether Admiralty can see. So, remember, the most important stakeholder of academic excellence is you. All our mommies and daddies here want you to come out with a first class, but they're not going to do the reading for you. And I'm glad the Vice Chancellor just told us, even if you have money, you no go see lecturer to bribe. You no go see lecturer where in tire don flat, where you want help buy tire. You no go see lecturer where you go help pay NEPA bill for house. So please, it's only you that can come out in that flying colors. Nobody can do it for you. And as I round off this lecture, Wanda Coleman, an American poet, once said, pursuing academic excellence has nothing to do with trying to be perfect. It has everything to do with remembering the reason why I am in the race in the first place. Many of us sitting on this side, if we tell you our failure story, you will marvel. But when you fail, you start again. When you succeed, nobody remembers you have failed. If all of us here as children, when we learned to walk, when we crawled, mommies, daddies, uncles were clapping for us. When we took our first step, somebody was at the other end clapping and saying, come on, come on. But after that first step, what did we do? We fell down. Abby, did we sit down there? No. We stood up again and took another step. And then by the third day, we ran. Mommies, daddies, royal fathers, your teachers are at the other hand clapping for you and saying, come on, don't worry, stand up. Even if it's with broken leg, just continue the race. I leave you with a picture that depicts that the road to success is not straight. Our perception is, oh, once I enter the university, tipari, you never finish, na just the start. The road na color like this. Tell me the person who says it's the university journey na straight road. Come and show me the person. Na zigzag. So I congratulate you once again. And as I conclude this lecture, we have discussed science and technology. We have looked at disruptive technology more specifically, and the role that entrepreneurial education must play. A critical look at the four-pronged lubrication of the machinery shows that everyone has a significant role to play in this. Our matriculating students, in 2025, God willing, I want to see you on this side with hood. You know, today you are not wearing hood, Abi. When you see this hood, it shows you have graduated. My prayer and hope is that in 2025, I will be in this audience to say, when you matriculated, I was here. And so my wish to all of you is that as we see you on this other side of the divide, 2025 is very close by. By the time we sleep, wake up, it don't knock finish. Your Excellencies, Chancellor, members of the Governing Council, I thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Hello? Thank you very much, Professor from Ibadan. That was a wonderful lecture. And when she said the iPhones should be seized, I saw everyone murmuring. But then in 2025, I want to tell you that we're not only going to be talking about iPhones, but we'll talk about Adun phones. Because we believe so much in the talent and resource of these young lads that they will produce phones that will rival iPhones. Can I get an amen? Thank you very much. So before, just to let you know, as a form of information, we'll be flying a drone here for just 2 minutes. So don't be scared when you see an object flying want to establish that from the media department. Thank you very much. Just to say, if you're pressed at convenience, when these two doors are open, you can go or ask any of the ushers, they can take you there. For the high table, we have a convenience to the left. And our exit doors, in case of emergency, we have the middle door there, we have this here, and we have two back doors here. Thank you very much. And our Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Omojo Omaji, has been succeeding because he has a team of people that believe in what he's doing. From the lowest staff to the highest staff, we call them the Admiralties. Can the Admiralties please put your hands together? Thank you for our Vice Chancellor. And on his team, we have people that have been supporting him. Please, all the way from Abuja, Liaison Office, we have Commodore Amaitare Paul, retired. Please put your hands together for Commodore. He's sitting down there. Thank you. And we have the university boss, Commander SS Olorun Toba. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. And the library is a very vital point of the university. We have Dr. Gladys Onya, the university librarian. Thank you very much, Ma. And I can see the Director of Academic Planning, Professor Shilba. Congratulations, it's 12/12/21. So we are going to go to the DAP office, and I think we'll celebrate tonight. I heard that 2 cows are already on the way from Benue State. Thank you. And we have the Director of Academic Planning, Mrs. Alice Omaji. Put your hands together for Director of Admissions. And just to let you know, Adun is starting a pre-degree program where parents are guidance. If your lads just finish secondary school, they don't need to wait 1 year at home. We have a program now, a pre-degree program, for them to come and participate, and then they can join Adun when afterwards. So that is a new program by Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you. And while we're seated, the Commandant Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps walked in with a representative, CSC Onome Messi Ovabiri. Please put your hands together for her. Thank you very much. And representing the State Coordinator, JAM, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, we have Mrs. Okonji Monica. Thank you very much. JAM is here. So you know that now you are valid. Everything we do here is valid. Thank you very much. At this juncture, let me call on the registrar to carry on with the proceedings. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Okay, sorry for that little break. At this point, we have our sister universities. I want to take a goodwill message from them. So let me invite Mrs. Genevieve Isioma Obadan from the Dennis Osadebe University, Asaba, representing the Vice Chancellor. Please. Thank you for a goodwill message, a short one. The Vice Chancellor will take that on your behalf. Please, let's walk through that way. And then right behind her is Professor Mrs. Stella Chemeke, Vice Chancellor, University of Delta, Agbo. Thank you. And we have the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Ekewan Campus, Professor B. Aide, representing the Vice Chancellor, University of Benin. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, a guest lecturer, all other protocols duly observed. I'm Professor Mrs. Stella Chiemeke, the Vice Chancellor, University of Delta, Agbo. To our matriculants, a lot have been said today, starting from the remark of the Vice Chancellor and our guest lecturer, and also the 2 bright students that came up. All I want to say is that you are here to study, be committed, and be passionate. And once you do that, you will become that kings and queens that you have set out to be. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, Vice Chancellor and ADU, Admiralty University of Nigeria, and Mrs. Genevieve. Thank you. I'm Mrs. Genevieve Isioma Obadan, Osadebe University,
I'm representing my Vice Chancellor, Professor Ben Ogojafo, and he brings to you felicitations, wishing you success as you matriculate. You will also convocate. And by the special grace of God, we shall be here to celebrate your convocation. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm Professor B.A. Ayinde, the DVC Ekawa campus. I'm here representing my amiable Vice Chancellor who would have loved to be here, but she's on another assignment out of the country presently. She sent her greetings, and I really love what we have here. And as the Vice Chancellor said, the MC said that this university is one of our main key universities that we have around here. I really want to believe that the university is doing well, and I congratulate you for that. May God sustain that. As part of what we do tell our students, some of them are mentioned by our erudite scholar who has advised you on what to do. Please don't join any cult. Please don't join any cult. I'm repeating it, don't join any cult. It can happen, it may be that at the beginning you enjoy certain things, but at the end, it kill you and take you out of this planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your presence for honoring our invitation. At this juncture, permit me to call on the Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Omojo Omaji, to invite our special guest of honor for his address. Thank you.
I have the greatest privilege and honor to invite the Chief of the Naval Staff to give us a very brief address, and he's ably represented by our own Rear Admiral SS Lassa. Please, let's put our hands together as we welcome him.
Professor something somewhere. I thought you put professor somewhere. Uh-huh. Your Excellencies, our icon, the Navy, who has just left here, Admiral Dele Ezioba, one of the founders of this institution that has been duly recognized here. The Chief Executive Officer, Registrar, Joint Admissions Matriculation Board, the Honorable Commissioner for Higher Education, Asaba Delta State, the Vice Chancellor, Admiralty University of Nigeria, the Vice Chancellors of the sister universities here present and represented, the Registrar of the Admiralty University of Nigeria, and other registrars and provosts of sister institutions that are here present, our Royal Majesties and Fathers here, with due respect, without singly mentioning your names, our clergy here present, staff and students, particularly our senior staff here from the Admiralty University, parents and guardians here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, and then our Ijon cultural group that presented a very wonderful dance. I thought it was deliberate when they stood in front of the Admiral dancing, maybe to celebrate him for being a visionary leader to have established this institution. But somehow when I was watching, because I said, no, this man is already married, because there were 2 gentlemen armed and then 7 women. So I don't know what 7 meant. But I now saw one of our royal fathers. I said, no, there's something. Eh? The royal father can have many wives. Anyway, I want to give a joke because the rain could fall and soil what we are here enjoying. So let me stop at that and then sincerely convey the good wishes of the Chief of the Naval Staff for this wonderful occasion we're here, the VC and students whom we're here for. And then thank our guest lecturer. I deliberately left that for the last because she did a very wonderful presentation here. And one thing I picked was the analogy of a child growing up. I always use that too, that you must work for you to be assisted. A child that is crawling, you cannot go and pick him up to walk. It is that is making an attempt to walk that you hold his hand and say, te, for him to walk. So you must make or put effort in all that you do for you to be assisted. Nobody will crack your skull and put anything inside. So I thought I should just say that and then thank our guest lecturer for doing us proud. And I dare say that you are already a mentor because most of the beautiful students here, the female, should also look up to you. Perhaps it's also a woman's world, if I would say, because there are more women here, professors, than we have men here. If it's not a mistake, because many women have been coming up here. With due respect, sir. Okay, I am delighted to be with you on this auspicious occasion of the 4th Matriculation ceremony of the Admiralty University of Nigeria. In spite of the uncertainties and instabilities we are seeing today in our education system in Nigeria, I'm happy to note that the Admiralty University of Nigeria, like an oasis of infinite goodness, has consistently carried on with its academic routines and research activities, maintaining the spirit of our great motto of excellence in education, as well as the traditions and values in special events such as this. Matriculation ceremony, as has been explained, the special occasion associated with the procedures of formally admitting new students into the university and enrolling their names in the matriculation register as a sign of being found worthy as members of the university. Now you are found worthy, but something you have to achieve more later in life is being worthy in character and learning. And that is the process you have to pass through before what our guest lecturer said, that she wants to see you in 2025. But it's a process, it's a milling process that you have to pass. Today, the Admiralty University of Nigeria is proudly matriculating you all, 156 in number, promising and dashing students. This matriculation ceremony is special because it is occurring in an academic session when the university will be graduating our first graduates into the workforce of Nigeria, in particular, the world at large. You, the students, have now taken oath and have been enrolled in the matriculation register, becoming bona fide students of this prestigious university. Amid the pomp and pageantry, these symbolic gestures undergird your faith in a new beginning for yourselves, hope in a bright future that beckons, and faith in the university that will make it come to pass. The Admiralty University of Nigeria was founded by the Nigerian Navy and its erstwhile strategic partner, Hellenic, to advance the frontiers of human knowledge by providing leadership in teaching, learning, and research, using cutting-edge technologies and bespoke methodologies. Its vision is to be internationally recognized as a university with global perspective that meets the dynamic needs of society by educating leaders who shall embrace value creation for the good of mankind. This vision fits squarely with its inspiring cognomen as a global university educating luminary leaders and its motto, excellence in education. Clearly, vision, values, and objective of the Admiralty University resonates with the Navy as a technically driven, upward mobile, continually learning, and globally oriented organization. This explains the unwavering commitment of the Navy to the capital and recurrent needs of the Admiralty University in furtherance of its growth and development. The Navy is thus happy to be associated with these recent developments in the affairs of the university. Firstly, is its continuous facility, faculty, and consequent academic expansion. Secondly, the promotion of sustainable and universally acceptable values, norms, and traditions. Thirdly, is the conclusion of negotiation with our SY partners, Hellenic, and its complete divestment from the university. I'm pleased to announce that the Admiralty University of Nigeria is now exclusively controlled by the Nigerian Navy. In due course, however, this university shall be converted into a public university with a unique naval niche. At the moment, the bill had been passed at the National Assembly. It has passed the second reading. Finally, and most far-reaching is that the Admiralty University of Nigeria has been fully accredited by the National University of Commission in all its academic programs, as had been earlier said by the VC. Permit me to represent Wordsworth and to say that this happy development did not come about by magic or certain flight, but through the determination and hard work of many. I therefore use this opportunity to congratulate the Vice Chancellor, Professor Omaji, as well as the management and staff, including the students of the Admiralty University of Nigeria. Gradually and surely, the university is coming of age, and the lofty dreams of its founders are being realized. We've just been informed about the students that have made tremendous feats, and I know there are many of you here. There are many of you here that will excel, and by the grace of God, we are looking forward to the prophecy that has been said by our distinguished lecturer here, that we want to see more than half of the students bagging first class. However, I must caution against dream killers such as complacency and reactivity, arrival mentality, entitlement syndrome, chronism and nepotism, pragmatic misadventures, conservatism and lethargy, exclusiveness that is not based on merit or performance. We must endeavor to avoid these factors at this early stage, and our university will grow in leaps and bounds to the glory of man and God. On a final note, I salute the parents and guardians, including the sponsors, for believing in the university and in us, the Navy, and congratulate you for enabling your children and world to attend the Admiralty University of Nigeria. I urge you to keep faith in this university as it delivers on its mandate. I particularly want to congratulate the 156 students that have been matriculated today for choosing a promising path, but one that is laden with sacrifice, discipline, and hard work. Get ready to be taught, guided, directed, admonished, chastised, and corrected. Indeed, get ready for learning, light, and leading to ultimate greatness. God bless you, and do make the Admiralty University of Nigeria proud. Like we say in the Nigerian Navy, onward together, and indeed onward to greatness. Long live the Admiralty University of Nigeria, and long live the federal government of Nigeria. Of course, the Nigerian Navy is there that has to stand as the backbone. Just want to assure you that we'll continue to support this university. You see developments coming on board. There are more developments that you may not see here. The expansions that are coming up in external universities, external faculties that we want to establish for the university in Sapele. I want to use this opportunity to thank the executive governor of the state for providing accommodation. We've been given a 120 room capacity facility in Sapele that will stand as the accommodation for students once the Faculty of Science and Technology and that of the Maritime Studies kicks off in Sapele. So once we get the documentation and other necessary guidance, of course, the National University Commission, this will come on full and we'll begin to see this university grow in leaps and bounds. Thank you very much for listening and thank you for coming for the occasion.
May we all rise and appreciate the special guest of honor. May we rise and give him a rousing round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Rear Admiral S.S. Lassa. Please, may we take our seats? Thank you. The GMD CEO, Navy Holdings, ably representing the Chief of the Naval Staff. Thank you for that wonderful address. And it's good news that our Sapele campus for the Maritime and Sciences will kick off. And thank you to the Delta State government for providing that land, that facility. Now, for the next announcements, I'd like to invite the Principal Assistant Registrar Academic, Mr. Gideon Owiri. And just to tell our guests, our special guests from the high table and the elevated table, the royal table, that immediately after this event, there is a banquet waiting for us for light refreshment where the VC will lead us with the chairman of the committee. Please, invited guests, don't go until you have the adult treat. Thank you. Mr. Gideon, please take over proceedings.
Great admirables, great admirables. I want to congratulate you on the successful admission into membership of Admiralty University of Nigeria. Please listen to the following announcement. 1. Signing of the matriculation register. Matriculants are to note that the process of matriculation is not complete until the register has been signed. Matriculants are hereby advised to report to their respective deans of faculties to sign the matriculation register, which will close at 4 p.m. today, Saturday, April 23, 2022. 2. Academic gowns. Academic gowns are to be returned to the academic office not later than 4 p.m. on Monday, April 25, 2022. Failure to comply will attract a fine of 5,000 naira payable to the bursary. 3. Observance of university rules. You are hereby strongly advised to abide by the regulations as specified in the student handbook. 4. We congratulate you all on your admission and wish you a happy and successful stay in Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, may I call on the Chairman, Committee on Honors awards and ceremonies. Professor Dili Ofoku to give the vote of thanks.
The VC, the Chief of the Naval Staff, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big day for us here today, and I'm delighted to present the vote of thanks. We thank Almighty God for making this day as calm as it is so far. We continue to pray that it remain this calm until we all get home safely. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor and staff of the university, I wish to acknowledge the support of the Governor of Delta State, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who has remained our chief host. I acknowledge in a very special way the Nigerian Navy Holdings Limited, who in her wisdom established this university, without which we will not be here today. By that singular act, the Navy has transformed a forest to a living university. The impact on the lives of Nigerians, not only in the catchment area, but nationwide, is already beginning to be felt. Indeed, I am certain that more is yet to come. We are thankful to the Navy for the continued support it has given this university in every aspect. The presence of senior naval officers and other officers of the Navy here today is a testimony of this support. We acknowledge their commitment. We also appreciate our traditional rulers, Royal Highnesses, the Asaba of Asaba, the Obuzo of Igbuzo, the Obi of Ogwashuku, and the Obi of Ubuluku. I say, Ago, 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 Oza, Oza, Oza. We acknowledge their advice, which has helped us to maintain very healthy relationships with our neighbors. We also want to acknowledge our guest lecturer, Professor Oyeduni Arulogun of the University of Ibadan, Nigeria's premier. We thank you for accepting to serve as a guest lecturer, despite the growing fears in Nigeria of our roads, of our rails, and the airways. We appreciate you. I would like to let you know that Delta is safe. Your delivery of the lecture on the evading force of science and technology and entrepreneurial education was professional, lucid, challenging, and entertaining. We have indeed learned a lot. We hope to explore the opportunity to establish a collaborative relationship with your center. Be assured, therefore, that there will be another reason for you to come here again to enjoy Delta hospitality. You are welcome. The contributions of the law enforcement agencies, the Nigeria Police, Federal Road Safety Commission, the Security and Civil Defense, and the internal security of the university system have well been acknowledged. The Vice Chancellor and the principal officers of ADUN are very honored by the presence of Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, that is our mentor, and the Vice Chancellors from other sister universities around the place. You are heartily welcome. We have not forgotten the media, without which it will be difficult to project our activities here. Admiralty University is particularly indebted to Bridge Radio FM 98.7. Thank you for providing the network and the formidable link between the university and our neighboring communities. You are indeed a bridge. We remain appreciative. To the matriculants, great admirables, great admirables, great admirables. Today is your day. We thank you and your parents for choosing this university. You have made a good choice. Take the good news to your friends. Let them know that Adun remains a university where dreams are fulfilled, achievements attained, and greatness realized. On behalf of the members of the Committee on Honors, Awards, and Ceremonies, I express appreciation to the Vice Chancellor, members of staff, the principal officers of the university, the Senate, the Dean, the directors, heads of departments, and the entire staff and students of Adun, gardeners, drivers, and all businessmen and women who have in one way or the other contributed to the success of this event. The event today presents us with a challenge, and I explore you to give this new baby, Adun University, the support you have always provided for us as your teachers, as our children, that made us to grow to maturity. And we hope that we'll extend this same support to Adun so that we can continue to produce exemplary leaders that will provide also global services and become good ambassadors of Nigeria. We hope, therefore, that this matriculation of these young men, boys and girls will provide new relationships while extending existing relationships, opening new lines of collaboration, cooperation, and understanding. On this note, I would like to thank everybody who has found time to attend this occasion, who have left every other responsibility to be here. You are greatly honored. May God bless you and take you home safely. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, may I exercise the honor, call on you to declare this assembly closed.
By the powers conferred on me, it's my privilege now to declare the fourth matriculation ceremony of Admiralty University of Nigeria closed. God bless you all.
Yeah. Now with that official declaration, we've come end. We have come to now with that official declaration, we've come. Hello, sorry for the mix-up. We've come to the end of this matriculation ceremony. Great admirables, are you happy? All right. We'll take the university anthem, the first and last stanzas, and then we'll take the national anthem. The band will lead us. We take only the first stanza, that's after the university anthem, and then we'll take the closing prayer. We'll recite the second stanza of the national anthem. May we all rise. Let's take the take the second stanza of the national anthem. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, a living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Now, while we're standing, we take the procession in reverse order. Please, we all stand until they are out before we sit down. And immediately when we go out, there will be a photograph session led by the VC and the special guest. And as a way of information, all parents and their wards, we have a relaxation spot outside where we can entertain guests and snap. Thank you. For our special guests, we'll go to the admin block, please. You'll be led, our invited guests, our traditional rulers. We have our dance group led by Basi Edet. They are the ones, they are going to entertain us, dance band. And Basi Edet composed the school anthem. Yes, please, I will need at the back seats, take some seats outside for our guests set for the photographs. Please do that. Protocol. Leading the procession is the mace bearer, who is the Chief Security Officer of the university, followed by the Vice Chancellor and our guest lecturer, followed by the GMD CEO, Nigerian Navy Holdings, representing the Chief of the Naval Staff, and followed by representative of our command from Sapele, senior deans, heads of departments, directors, and our visiting heads of institutions. Please, all our dignitaries, you can follow them as we go out. Please, invited guests. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Remember, outside here, our parents and guardians with your words, you are to go there for refreshment and entertainment, while our dignitaries go to the hall. Go to the conference hall at the admin block. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hello? Students, your representative of the head of department will lead you. You follow them to lead you. Rep of your departments, they should lead you.